What's up guys, Chris Lopez here with JerseyBeast.tv at the pit. I got a question from a guy named Steve, kind of asking me the difference between how I train now and how I used to train years ago when I was doing more bodybuilding type training. So Steve, here you go my man. It says, hey Chris, just wondering, since Muscle Now, have you changed your workout routine since those days? Muscle Now is that program I've talked about on here a few times on a few videos. It's a bodybuilding program that I used when I first started training and working out. It says, have you found anything that has improved your physique? Do you agree with supplements? Because the Muscle Now program is strictly, it preaches no supplements, which is fine. Have you been following Muscle Now for a while? Or I have been following Muscle Now for a while, and I was just looking at other programs. As you used to follow the program, I thought you would be ideal to ask. Okay. So, Steve, the difference between Muscle Now and kind of what I do now is Muscle Now is strictly a bodybuilding program. It's basically for physique. You're going to get stronger on it, but it's for, adding muscle mass and slimming down and having that bodybuilder look. I'm still a bodybuilder at heart. I still love being strong. I still like training for the pump. I mean, to me, there's no better feeling than that. But I will say that lately I've been adding more different styles of training, I guess. I've been adding more dynamic movements, and I've been adding more bodyweight movements, things like kettlebells and band work and all these things. Because what I've noticed is as I've been getting older, and I'm going to be 20 next month. No, 20, 30. I wish I was going to be 20 next month. I'm going to be 30 next month. And as I've been getting older, my body doesn't handle high volume training like it used to. It's more injury prone. If I crank up the volume too much, I start to get injured, and that's no good. So I start mixing in high volume bodybuilding type workouts like 8 sets of 8 or 10 sets of 10 with high intensity training, which is sometimes training for singles. Maybe 4 or 5 sets of single reps, as heavy as you can go. And I mix in kettlebells, and I mix in different types of suspension training exercises like TRXs, if you guys have seen these. All different kinds of stuff that's going to help my body move better, but I still get my bodybuilding pump fix in, if that makes any sense. So I kind of mix it up a little bit more now than I used to, and my body feels better for it. Bodybuilding tends to make me feel too dense and too stiff. So that's why I don't strictly do bodybuilding anymore. But again, I love it. If I could do it without feeling, so dense and immobile all the time, I would stick with it. But as you get older, I don't know how old you are, Steve, but as you get older, and your body starts to break down, you have to take in your general health into account, because if you don't, and as you get older, you are going to be, you see a lot of these older guys with knee issues and hip issues, and just from heavy weights all the time. And yes, heavy weights still have a place, don't get me wrong. I love to lift heavy, don't get me wrong. But, it's more about movement, and it's more about how your body feels. Because if you're old and you feel like shit, to me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So, yes, I still use the basic protocols that are in Muscle Now. It's not specifically Muscle Now, but Muscle Now is a very basic program. So I still use basic lifts, I still do curls, and I still do tricep work, and I still do bench press and incline press and all that stuff. But I will mix in, kettlebells, which you can't see, but they're back there. Kettlebells and other different kinds of cool things. Also, with segueing from that, I don't really do steady state cardio anymore. As a bodybuilder, it's what's preached, and that's what you do. Totally now, you do steady state cardio after your workout. I don't do that anymore. I tend to link together strength exercises and maybe do circuits or do intervals, a minute on, 30 seconds off with a timer like this, and that seems to do the trick. And doing things like that in intervals, kettlebell swings, sledgehammer swings, push-ups, bodyweight squats, it gets that nervous system accustomed to moving in those certain specific movement patterns. So you're not just kind of walking on a treadmill. You know, as you're doing your conditioning, you're actually getting practice in those movements, if that makes any sense. So Steve, thanks for the question, bro. I appreciate it. Hopefully that answered your question. And that's it. Anything else I can help you with, let me know. All right, later.